Alright, I am super excited to kick off this series of videos because this by far is the most interesting optic I've ever reviewed on the channel. And you hear that word game changer thrown around a lot in the YouTube space, but I've been playing around with this optic now for a couple weeks, and I can 100% say without a doubt, this optic changes the f***ing game. And that optic is from DNT Optics. Let's check it out. Well, as you can see from the intro, this DNT Optics NVMD-C200 has a lot of different uses. Now, you heard me say right at the beginning of the video that I'm kicking off a series of videos. And that's because this optic has so many features and so many uses, we can't cover all that in one video. This video would be an hour long, trying to go through everything this optic can do. Now, there are a lot of videos out on this optic already, but what we're going to do a little different is really deep dive into what all this optic can do. This can be used as a standalone night vision optic because it's got 6 power zoom. It can also be used as a magnifier behind a red dot or a holographic sight. It's also an action camera, and it can record in horizontal and vertical. And the last thing it can do that I am the most excited about, it can be used as a clip-on. So you can throw this in front of an LPVO and turn any LPVO you have into a night vision optic. And I can tell you this, I've already tried it on a couple LPVOs, and it's absolutely amazing. So this first video is probably going to be a little boring, because all we're going to do in this video is basically do an unboxing of the product. And DNT also has 3 different packages when it comes to this optic, and we're going to go through all that in this video. Now, I know a lot of people who are tuning in to watch this video because they're interested in how this optic performs. So at the very end of the video, I am going to show you some shots of what this thing can do at night. So hopefully you'll stick with me throughout this series, because we're probably going to end up having about 4 videos out on this optic before it's all said and done. And I'm going to try to keep all these videos around 10 or 15 minutes. Now, I'm also going to try to drop these videos once a week so we can just get through this whole series within a month. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use all the buttons on the optic, and we're going to go through all the menu functions. And then in the third video, we're going to actually take it out. I'm going to show you how to use the one-shot zero. We're going to use it as a standalone optic, and then we'll probably use it as a magnifier. And then in the last video, what I want to do is show you what my favorite mode is, and that's using it as a clip-on and an action camera. So let's jump right into this unboxing. Alright, we're over on the other bench, and we got a lot of stuff to unbox, so we're going to get right into this. So this is the box your actual optic's going to come in. This is the top of the box. Then when we look at this side of the box, it says NVMD 4-in-1, and that stands for Night Vision Multi-Purpose Device. You can use this as a red dot magnifier, a standalone optic, a clip-on, and an action camera. We're going to get into all that in this series. And then we look on this side, and this is the model, the NVMD-C200. And on this side of the box, it shows you what the actual optic looks like. Now the packaging is great on this. It's got like a magnetic flap. We're gonna flip this open, and this is what we're presented with. We'll start up here at the top of the lid, and we'll just work our way back. Now the first thing here, we've got a little envelope, and I assume this is gonna have our lens cleaning cloth in it. And it is. Nice lens cleaning cloth, got their logo on it. Then we have the quick start guide, and this is done all online. There's your QR code that you're gonna scan. And then we have the user manual, and it's pretty thick because, well, this optic can do a lot of different things. So it looks like a really nice detailed user manual. Then you got some protective foam padding. You're gonna lift that off, and the first thing you're gonna see down in here is the optic. We'll go ahead and pull this out. Right now it does not have a mount on it. It does have lens covers on it to keep the lens protected, and we're gonna go over all that here in a second. Then over here on this side, we've got our cable, and this is a USB to USB Type-C cable. And being that this optic can be used as an action camera, this is how you're going to transfer your files from your optic to your laptop or desktop computer. And the last thing here in the box is the mount. I'm going to set this off to the side, and we'll go back to that here in a second. That is everything in the box. All right, now let's get the mount unboxed that came with the optic. So we're going to open this up. Pretty nice packaging. They got the actual mount wrapped in bubble wrap. And this is a quick detach mount, which is pretty cool. You're going to push this lever down, flip that lever open. The bolt going through here is going to be your recoil lug. This was also inside the box. This is the hardware kit to mount the mount to the optic. And it does come with a Torx wrench for that. Now, it's really cool that the mount has quick detach on it, but we're not going to be using this mount because they actually sent me out another mount to use. And when we get that out of the box, we'll talk about that a little bit more. All right, now we're going to get into our next box. So let's get this opened up, and we've got another USB to USB Type-C charging cable. And then we got a case with 2 batteries in it. These are a rechargeable battery, and these are an 18650 battery. This is a pretty standard battery that's easy to get. Now, even though it comes with 2, you're only going to need 1 for the optic. And our last thing in this box is our charger. So you can charge 2 batteries at once. So you can plug this into a power brick or your computer, however you want to charge those batteries. All right, now I want to talk about the 3 different packages they have. This is the cheapest package you can get. You're going to get the optic, the batteries, the charger. You're going to get the quick detach mount. You're going to get both of these cables, your Torx wrench, and your hardware kit. And this is going to run you 665 beans on their website as of right now. Now, the second option that they have is everything you see here, but you get a flip to side quick detach mount. So basically, instead of this mount, you're going to get one that you can flip it off to the side. So if you're using this for a magnifier behind a red dot or a clip-on, say in front of an LPVO, you'll be able to flip that out of the way and just use the optic. And that package is going to run you 780 beans. And your third and last option is going to be everything you see here, the flip to side mount, and an IR light. And we have all that stuff here, and we're going to go through all of it. But if you decide to go with that package, you're going to be right at about 890 beans. All right, now we're moving on to the next box. And this is going to be our flip to side mount. So same thing, you have the quick detach. So you're going to push this lever down, flip that open. You got your bolt going across here, just like on the other one. That's going to act as your recoil lug. But this one, you're going to be able to flip it to the side. And same thing, it comes with the Torx wrench and the hardware kit. And this is what we're going to actually be putting on our optic. And this is our last box, and this is our IR light. There is a very small Allen wrench here in the box. And same thing, this has the exact same quick detach mount. Push the lever down, flip that open, and you do have the bolt going across for your recoil lug. But we'll do more of a deep dive into this IR light later in the series. Alright, that is everything. That's the end of the unboxing. I know it was a little long, but there is a lot of pieces and parts to make all this work. Alright guys, we're out in the backyard, and it's pretty dark out here right now. Now I've got the Sony camera set up so you can see how dark it is, but this camera does pretty good in low light. So what you're seeing, it's actually a little darker than that. Now we're going to move over to the DNT Optic, and this is in full color mode right now. Now I'm going to get this nice and focused. Oh yeah, that looks good right there. And it almost looks like daylight through the DNT Optic. Alright, now we're going to start using some of our night vision modes. So now we are in black and white. This is without the IR. And there is with the IR. Now these two trees closest to us, they're about 40 yards away, and that tree line way out there is 200 yards out. So here's with the IR and without the IR. Alright, now we are in the green phosphor mode. This is without the IR, and there is with the IR light. And now we are in the white phosphor mode without the IR light and with the IR. Alright, now we are back in the green phosphor mode, and that semi-truck trailer you see over there is about 100 yards out. So this is without the IR light, and there is with the IR. Now we're going to test the zoom function on this. So there is 2x. Get this a little more focused. And there is 2x with the IR. Now we're going to go to 3x. Give it a little focus without the IR. And now with the IR. Now we'll go to 4. Starting to get a little grainy. Let's kick the IR on. Brightens it up just a little bit. And there's 5. Getting pretty grainy. And 6x.